Gymnastics moms, meet season is around the corner and it's time to start preparing your gymnast's brain as much as she is preparing her body to have an incredible meet season. And we are going to tell you how. You're at Mindset for Moms, where we help moms develop happy, healthy gymnasts who know how to win. All right. So we have a lot in store for you this month. We love to put together all the things that your gymnast is going to need to prepare her brain for meet season. Just like, training her body, you don't want to start preparing the brain for meet season in the middle of meet season. You want to start preparing the brain ahead of time. And so we have a lot that we do during meet season because there's some things that they just don't really get or believe or work on till they're in the midst of it. But what we like to do right now is while they're preparing their routines, we're going to start preparing their mental routines. So each week we have one step that we put together at the end for a mental routine, a mental routine they can use again and again and again out on meet day. So the first step, then comes the last step, is visualization. Visualization is incredible. They've done so many studies that show that visualization on its own is almost as powerful as physical practice. That it creates the same neural pathways. It even literally moves the muscles and creates that muscle memory. And your brain, your subconscious brain, doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and what's real. It's why we can watch movies and be scared. Um, but and so that imagining process. So I also love to use visualization to get a skill that a kid is struggling with. So as a side note, we use visualization a lot within our program when a gymnast is struggling with a mental block or with just trying to get a skill, where we have her visualize the next step every single night before she actually tries that step in the gym. And we just do one step ahead so that they can actually believe it. We also, sometimes kids have a hard time visualizing. Again, if they're trying to visualize themselves doing something they don't believe they can do, that's going to be difficult for them to do. Or they're like not even on the low beam doing it and they're trying to visualize doing it in a meet. That's probably not going to work. It needs to just be like one or two steps ahead of where they are. But we teach them also in our program this kind of inside out visualization. And you're going to have to be in our program to know what that is. But we teach them step by step how to visualize. So the point is, visualizing is so powerful for preparing for meet season. Visualizing themselves being at a meet, visualizing themselves even now, like if they're trying to go for nationals or state or regionals, visualizing themselves in their region's leotard, visualizing themselves like at that, at that venue, doing their routines again and again and again. What they want to do is they want to help their brain go, oh yeah, I've been here, I've done this, I know what I'm doing. So that when they show up at a meet, their brain is like, oh yeah, we do this every single night. We totally know what we're doing. This isn't a big deal. And so they're going to learn to put together a meet routine and they're going to visualize it all the time between now and meet season, so that by the time they're actually in their meets, they know what to focus on. And here's the reason we create we call it meet day mental routine. And the reason that we have a meet day mental routine is that their brain is going to go all over the place. It is going to be freaking out, is going to be thinking about all the things. And so we want to give them, just as much as they have a choreographed physical routine, we want to give their brain tracks to run on so that way it doesn't go crazy thinking about all the other things. So we're actually creating a new program inside of our program called Master Meet Day. So if you want to do that Master Meet Day program and get the entire mental routine, we have pre-meet, we have meet, we have post-meet, we have, audios that they can listen to on the way to the meet, all of the stuff inside. Join our program for that goodness. But you can, put it together for now is just helping her visualize. And so encouraging her to visualize her doing her full routines, visualize herself doing her routines at a meet, if right now she still has a skill or two she's struggling to get, visualizing herself doing the next step on that skill. So, like, let's say she's on the medium beam and she needs to get to the high beam. At practice, she's on the medium beam, but every single night in her head, she's doing it on the high beam. Doing that visualization work ahead of time, one step ahead, can really help her get those skills. And if your gymnast is injured, we have had gymnasts that have been injured who just, I'm like, you go to practice every day, and every day, whatever the assignment is in reps, you do the same number of reps in your head, visualizing every single day. If you can, do double. And they have come back from injury and been ready to go like that. Because, like I said, there's a lot of studies that show that visualizing is actually preparing your body and creating all of the same mental pathways. And the fun part is when they're visualizing and they believe they can do the skill, they're actually visualizing themselves doing it well. And so they actually get in more quality reps, which helps them get the skills faster. So visualization, again, visualization that is focused on things they believe they can do, or that's just slightly one step ahead of where they are. And then visualizing their meets, anything you can do to like help them get a picture. Like if you know the venue, if they've been to the venue before, looking at a picture, or going online, looking at a picture. Even now, like if your goal is nationals or regionals, looking at last year's videos or pictures of nationals and regionals, and trying to, really get that in their head of what that's going to be like, and starting to visualize now so that by the time they get there, they really feel comfortable and confident that they know that they can handle it. So we will see you next week to talk about affirmations.